So Guy, you're back for another session.
Oh no, I'm a glutton for punishment, I know.
You're looking rough, boy, you're looking rough. You had a hard week?
Not so much a hard week. I had yesterday. So I was supposed to be finished by 2:45. I eventually got finished. But anyway, that's another story.
So, what's the plan of action for today, Guy?
Plan of action for today is, I think our main job today is to fiberglass the fore hatch and the fore deck of the boat. We've removed all the fittings, the anchor winch, and all the attachments for securing the boat to its mooring. As you can see from that, they're all gone, just leaving lots of holes to be filled. Get your arm out of the way. Get the right one. So it's gone.
No, it's there.
Over the hatch, but we've now decided that we need to keep it for access to all the fore fittings. So we're now going to have to make our own seal for it. But in the meantime, we're going to fiberglass over everything and strengthen the foredeck because it is a bit weak in places. So that's the main plan of action this morning.
So, we've come in this morning, we've degreased and cleaned down the deck, ready for the matting to go on. You did all the sanding last week, so the deck itself has been sanded and it's matte. We've now got rid of all the dust and degreased it. So the next job we're going to do, I take it, will be to get the matting and that out and start cutting it to size and shape.
Yeah, we'll size and shape it
and then start mixing up.
Mixing the epoxy and
okay.
It's good temperature in here.
Yeah,
dry
very good.
No time at all.
I think we would have been all right outside too, but we've started here now.
But yeah, it's a good temperature in here, so it's going to have to be quick work to get it done.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So let's get the kettle on and make a start.
That sounds perfect to me.
Got to get the priorities right. Yeah, the boat's good, but the coffee is even more important. I don't function without coffee.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Hi, Guy. Speak to me. Tell me what's happened.
Okay, welcome back and a change of plan. Ty in his ultimate wisdom has lost the epoxy for the fiberglassing, which we thought was on the boat. As it turns out, it's not.
And we don't know where it is.
We've got the hard now, we just don't have the epoxy. So, change of plan until Di finds it or buys some more. We're now not going to fiberglass the foredeck. We're going to drill a hole in the bottom of the boat because we like holes in the bottom of the boat.
We're putting a cockpit drain in.
Yes, if you show them where the cockpit drain used to be.
So there used to be a cockpit drain. Oh, let me get up here. There.
This used to be a cockpit drain. Somebody decided to fill it with a cap off a battery and a cork to block it.
Okay.
We have got one there, but it's not enough to cope with some of the water we've had come in here on some of our sails.
Because you're just a wild man when you're out there sailing, aren't you? Just a beast.
I don't like the calm seas, I like the rough stuff.
Yeah, right, okay.
So the idea is we're going to reinstate that drain, but to do that we're going to have to put a through-hole fitting with it through, so it means obviously drilling a nice fresh hole, and then obviously that'll attach, that was a sea cock to turn off in emergencies, obviously as such, and then obviously the pipe will go direct from there directly to the hole in the cockpit floor, so the water will just drain straight out and through the bottom.
That's the theory.
That's the plan and the theory.
And hopefully this time we have everything we need to do the job.
If we don't, I'm going home.
I'm coming with you.
You're not coming home with me.
Okay. So we're going to drill the hole just at that mark there. which will fit, hopefully. Have I got it right? I can't quite see it. There.
Let the blind man do the drilling. That's a good idea.
Yeah. No, once you put the drill in place, you can't bloody see it anyway. The mark disappears.
That's why they've got a hole in the side so you can see it.
Oh, look at that, spot on. You might have a hole in the side so you can see it, but you need to be able to get into it to see it. Ready? Yeah, swine. You want to go and check outside? Go through?
We're through.
That was quick.
Oh well, there you go.
Okay.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Another hole in the boat.
Another hole in the boat, yeah. More bailing for Guy. Well,
another hole in the boat like I need another hole in the head.
we had planned on finishing that from the inside, from the outside in, but ow, we didn't get there.
Okay, now it's done.
Yes, where's that bloody brush gone to?
GoPro, stop recording.
So, have you moved since the last time we filmed you sitting there?
Well, yes, I have moved. I wish I hadn't, because it would have been absolutely pointless moving, because we've got absolutely nowhere. So, to recap what we were supposed to do today and what we've actually done today, we were supposed to fiberglass the foredeck. Somebody's taken the epoxy home, so we couldn't do that. So, okay, fine, we've got other stuff we can do. Next, we were supposed to drill a hole in the hull. Which we did, to be fair. We did, yes, to put the through-hole fitting for the cockpit drain. Great. Drilled the hole.
Shall I show the hole?
I think they know what the hole looks like.
Yeah, but this is a special hole. Look, you can see the sunlight straight through it.
As long as you can't see the see-through, that's the thing.
That's the main thing, yeah.
So, basically what's happened here is we've put the cockpit, the through-hole fitting through. Unfortunately, it's not long enough for us to get the sealant on. Well, the threaded area is not long enough. Put it away now, well, there it is.
There it is, the area.
So, the plan was put that through, sealant around it, put the nut on, sealing it. This is the plan, or was the plan, and then attach this to here. Now, as it turned out,
the hull is much thicker than we thought.
The hull is thicker than originally thought, so there's no room to do all this. At the end of it all is we couldn't fit it. So what we need to do now is go and buy a new through-hole fitting with a longer thread on it. So the other thing we're going to do.
We bought a new exhaust clamp.
Oh yes. Well, we bought an exhaust clamp last week, the week before, whenever it was. But yeah, that'll do. Not big enough, so we'll get the next size up, 45mm. Guess what? It didn't bloody fit! So now...
Well, you did manage to sort the exhaust hose.
Well, we've now got to have gone and ordered a new one, a bigger one that we know will fit.
Because we measured it this time.
Because we measured it this time. Sorry, you measured it this time. I told you to measure it last time and you wouldn't listen. You said, no, that'll be fine. Anyway, yes, so now what we're going to do, just before we pack up and go, because we're absolutely...
peed off.
Had enough. I'll put it politely. We've had enough. So we're going to pack up, tidy up. We're just going to try one last thing and clean the cutlass bearing housing out. See how well the cutlass bearings...
Or stern tube, as they call it.
Or the stern tube, yes. Yeah. The cutlass bearing we've sanded down slightly just because it didn't fit before. We knew it wouldn't fit. So we're going to see if clean the cutlass tube out of them.
Okay.
See how we get on with that. I've no doubt that'll be an absolute no-go
You
as well.
have as well, yes. Nothing's gone right today,
So we're going home, we've had enough.
yes, time to give up and go home, I think.
There are days when you have to say, enough's enough.
Yeah.
So, that's La Vista, baby.
Next week, well, I'll try and come during the week, depends on how things are going, so on and so forth. I'll try and come during the week and we'll see what I can get done. Okay. We may be going to go to Port Edgar. Somebody to come do the job properly for us.
Oh no, I was ordering this clamp from Halfords.
Right.